Reports of post-election violence occurring in some parts of the country have caused alarm to Ghanaians, with the National Peace Council and others calling on the police to arrest and prosecute the perpetrators. Well, true to their assurances, the Ghana Police Service has announced that a total of 12 people have so far been arrested with the last 3 in Ashaman. And to find out what the police action means is Asiedu-Dartey, is a security analyst. Good evening and thanks for your time.
Good evening, Portia.
By the arrest that the police have made, are they giving us the assurance that they can be relied upon to ensure peace in the country?
Well, indeed, the fact that we've had an election and a new government is coming in place doesn't mean the Police Service Act 1970, to be specific, Act 350 has been suspended. It doesn't also mean the Constitution and other statutes of the land is suspended. Indeed, they are supposed to be performing that role, and in security realms, we have the static and the dynamic rules. I have always indicated that we seem to have relegated to the background the dicey nature of any post-election security protocol on the ground. We seem to have concentrated our might on the pre-election and the election day security phase to the detriment of the post-election, knowing full well that countries such as Kenya, Congo, the Ivory Coast in 2011, and Guinea-Bissau, Gabon, Burundi, and a whole lot of them actually plunged into wars after the election and not before or during the election. And in every security arrangement, it is important you give credence to the post-election. And I must say emphatically that unfortunately the police, they seem to have relaxed after the election, and that is part of the reasons we have these skirmishes going on every day. But that notwithstanding, the arrest is a good indication of the fact that the police is still committed to protecting life and property and also maintaining law and order as enshrined in the Police Service Act. You
did mention security after the elections. Now, what is the likelihood that after January 7, these post-election violence will cool?
It all It's not just the rhetorics towards safeguarding our democracy. And I think to a large extent, politicians would have a critical role to play in that regard. Unfortunately, in this country, we seem to have politicized every major issue. I'm pretty sure that if it doesn't rain, we might give it some political connotation, and that is retrogressive. I think it's important we recognize the fact that we are one people, and there's the need for us to completely separate, because there is a thick line between politics and security issues. Unfortunately, we seem to have constricted it to NDC, NPP, and it has the potential of dividing us rather than uniting. So I think we all have a role to play. The media, the politicians, especially when they hold their news conferences, it should be aimed at uniting us and not dividing us. And we seem to be having that coming up.
Well, Sunny, before you go, 12 people have so far been arrested. The NDC held a press conference, and they were like, after January 7, they have the right to defend themselves as well. Do you think the leadership of the opposition New Patriotic Party have also done enough to calm down tempers?
Well, indeed. So far as I'm concerned, we have had the MPP issue statements calling on their supporters to do the right thing. And even Nana, in his victory speech, indicated, without mincing words, that he's going to be the father of the country and not just the MPP. That notwithstanding, it also comes on the heels of the call by the Northern Regional MPP chairman, who indicated that he's not going to condone any such illegality within the northern region. So it's important we separate politics from criminality, because all of this is criminal. The fact that you have some few young men calling themselves invisible forces going to break into a toll booth and taking some money is broad daylight robbery, and we shouldn't limit it to just politics. And it also boils down to the kind of rhetoric that is coming from politicians. If you've heard of doomsday prophets like Jim Jones, who is responsible for the Jonestown massacre in 1978 and even the Waco massacre in 1993, they don't just have followers, they have people they inspire. So the same way can be applied to the politician. You just don't have people out there following you, but you inspire them, and whatever comes out of your mouth has the potential of making them act as such.
All right, thank you very much, Asiedu-Dartey. He is a security analyst.